You're loving your summer. The days are hot and long. Barbecues are in full swing. It's the perfect time of year. But it's also the best time to start thinking about the holidays. This holiday season will be hectic for even the best boss. But don't worry, the best bosses know how to balance the stress of the season with celebrating their team. At Incentive Concepts, we've picked out the coolest, most unique merchandise that your employees are sure to love, from the best name brands. Let us take that stress off your hands. We've made it easy for you to order and shop for the perfect incentives and gifts. It's never too early to start thinking about holiday traditions and rewards. Don't wait. Visit our website now to start your season of traditions and rewards today. Incentive Concepts, delivering the best, better.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. It's Andy Hudson coming at you from day 2 of the ASI Show here in Chicago, McCormick Place. Man, it continues to be really busy here. Usually the second day of the show is kind of slow, but really hope you enjoyed that video clip. That's something new that we just released on our website and our social channels. It's our latest brand collage video. It's called A Season of Traditions, A Season of Rewards. And it's never too early to think about holiday gifting. That's the whole point. Let us know what you think about that video. Put your comments in the chat there and tell us what you think. So let me grab the little handheld here. I'm at the selfie station here. Nobody is wanting to get in the selfie station with me, but let me see here if I can put on an ASI hat. All right, selfie station. And the little ASI exclamation point dude, maybe he'll be around later. And let's see what else is going on. This is the ASI area, kind of the hub of the entire trade show. So let me turn the camera around and let's see what's going on over here before we head on over to our booth. We have Best Cone's famous hot dogs here. They're handing these out to people, which is fantastic. Can you go ahead and eat one for us here live on TV? Okay, thanks, buddy. How are they? Oh, they're wonderful. Okay, so we'll have to get one later. Here's a couple of the ASI people here and the ASI team over here. Can you guys give a quick wave? We're live right now. That's the ASI team. Hey, everybody. Thank you for everything. They're doing complimentary headshots here for people as we head over to our booth. I haven't gotten my headshot yet, but let's head over onto the Incentive Concepts booth here. And yesterday we had a great show featuring Escalade Sports. And I'm wearing my Rave Sports hat today. Let me turn myself around because that's one brand that we didn't mention yesterday. Rave Sports, which is pretty new to us as well. So sorry about that. Rave Sports, checking it out. I'm repping them. They're a representative of Escalade Sports as well. But okay, here we are. We're coming up on our booth here. Show yesterday. Here's the guys yet again. We got Kevin and Raul repping in our booth. Hey guys, how we doing? Okay, so let's see. Let's do a quick overview of our booth before we get our special guests on here. And of course, yesterday we looked at Escalade Sports. Great games. You can put your logos on them. Fantastic. Over here is kind of some stylish brands like Kate Spade New York, Corksicle Drinkware. We got some Costa sunglasses. Kevin, put a pair of those sunglasses on them. Let's see. Pick the guy with the biggest head to put sunglasses on. No pressure. But maybe there's a good pair. Kevin's looking good there, right? Okay, awesome. And then we've got Bose over here. They've got Bose frames, which are audio frames. And he's playing some Eric Clapton here, or some jazz music or funk. We got some Bluetooth speakers. I'm wearing a QC45s today too. So anyway, looking pretty cool. With that, let's bring on our special guests. So if they could turn on their microphone. And oh my gosh, before we get started, look who came by. It's the ASI guy, okay? Looking good. He's doing a little dance. Get in there with him, Raul. Okay. No, Raul doesn't want to get in there with him, but maybe Kevin will. Anyway, thanks for coming by. All right, appreciate it. All right, he was pretty cool. All right, there we go. Hey, Jan and Angelo, can you hear me?
Yeah. Sure can. Hi, guys.
Jay, how can we compete with the ASI guy?
Well, I don't know, but you'll be in second place, but not too far behind, Jan. So anyway, Jan, how are you? Can you introduce yourself to everybody who's watching today?
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm Jan Woods. I'm the National Sales Manager for Lifeline Fitness, which is the fitness division of Escalade Sports.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, yesterday we had Gloria French on. I know you know Gloria, and we asked her a little bit something about her dog. So I got to ask you about your dog. I learned his name yesterday. Can you tell me your dog's name?
Oh, my dog is Champ, and yeah, Champ was taken to the vet yesterday, and he has to lose weight, 4 to 6 pounds, 4 to 6 pounds by September. So we've got low carb. We're low carb in Amandi, and we're going to hit about 2 miles a day. So he's with the right mama. I got this.
Oh, okay. If anybody can help a dog lose weight, it's you, Jan. Thank you so much. So, hey, you mentioned you're with Lifeline Fitness. What is Lifeline exactly?
Well, I mean, Lifeline, again, is the fitness division of Escalade. We carry an array of fitness equipment from weighted products. We're definitely known for more of our resistance and any type of functional training, but we could pretty much equip any home, gym, or any other facility with our equipment.
Right on, right on. And we do have a few Lifeline samples here at the show. This looks like a weighted ball and maybe a speed rope, a weighted speed rope as well. But why is staying fit so important right now, Jan?
I mean, staying fit is not just important right now. It's always super important. And you know, fitness always takes on different ebbs and flows every season, every year. Right now, though, believe it or not, Andy, what do you think the category of fitness has had the most growth in 2021?
I'm going to say kind of at-home fitness, just because people have been home more.
Very much true. And within home fitness, yoga, 34 million people practice yoga a year, which is almost up 5% from the previous year. So it's one of the fastest growing areas in fitness. And then also mobility training is trending, which is a version of yoga or precedes yoga. And Angelo, who is our social media director and fitness guru trainer, has some things to show us today in regard to that too. That will certainly complement a lot of Lifeline's yoga products.
Great, cool. And Angelo, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're joining us from? Nice to meet you, by the way.
Sure, yeah, guys, welcome. I'm Angelo Miranda. I'm a personal trainer located here in Chicago, Illinois. I also freelance for Lifeline as their social media manager as well. And I would love to welcome both you guys and Jan to my home gym. I've been blessed with the opportunity to have Lifeline Fitness as my equipment sponsor. So during COVID, I definitely was able to utilize their services, and they provided me with this awesome C1 half rack that you see behind me, along with the medicine balls, which I think you guys have some of those at your booth today. But more importantly, we're here to demonstrate a little bit of yoga techniques for you guys, some mobility techniques, utilizing our warrior mat. And I believe, again, that those can be found at your booth as well. So we're excited. Thank you guys for joining us.
Awesome. I appreciate that. And yeah, once again, we've got a nice selection here of the brand Natural Fitness and Lifeline, of course. Now, before you get started with your demos, we do want to let people know that Jan and Angela have been kind enough to donate a nice giveaway for today. It's a beautiful yoga kit. Maybe we can ask you about that later, but you got to stay tuned until the end to figure out how to enter for that. So Angela, with that, what kind of exercise are you going to demo first for us?
Well, I wanted to take advantage of this medicine ball because, again, I see that you guys have it at your booth. It's definitely something that is multifunctional. Jan had mentioned that we do specialize in functional training items, so items that can be used for multiple purposes. So a great example is this medicine ball. It has enough durability to where it can be slammed on the ground, and any type of slamming motion like I'm demonstrating now can definitely focus on full body. So very heavy on the core, very heavy on the upper body, and very heavy on the legs, especially if you try to challenge yourself by increasing the load, right? So right now I'm working with a 6-pound medicine ball. We do offer them in various sizes as well. I also enjoy using the medicine ball for any type of rotational type of movement. So for all our golfers out there, for all those paddle sports individuals, that's a very great sports specific movement to, again, target not only the core, but the full body as you're generating that motion. I really want to focus on these yoga mats because, again, it's something that not only are we giving away, so thank you for mentioning that, Andy, but it's something that I think every home, every studio, every gym should have, not only for their clientele, but again, for the home user as well. Mainly because they're so durable. The cushion is amazing. And Jan and I are going to go ahead and show you how much we can do with just one little yoga mat. Supplying yourself some type of not only stability, but also some comfort while you're working out, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and stand at the back of our yoga mat, and we're gonna just utilize this comfortable padding to start walking our arms out into what we consider a plank position. Now, depending on what your own fitness level, you can go ahead and challenge yourself with some of these motions that I will demonstrate. There'll be different variations in which you can find yourself challenging yourself. So for now, we're going to go ahead and focus on softly bending our knees and literally reaching for the ground and start walking that body out nice and slow and controlled. Okay. And the whole thing about yoga is really to try to focus on engaging your whole body in some of these positions. This would be considered the high plank position. Okay. If you're looking for something to spice up this motion, we can definitely incorporate using like a single arm motion. So for instance, tapping our opposite shoulder, just like so. So opposite arm, opposite leg, or excuse me, opposite arm reaches to opposite shoulder. We can definitely add a little opposite arm reaches to opposite knee, okay, which is definitely a lot harder. Takes a lot more stability, a lot more control.
Yeah, we've done that in a while. I'm like, whoa.
A new one for us. And we can also go ahead and use this mat and use the comfortability of the mat to walk ourselves back and make that one of our exercises as well. Let me reposition this camera so you guys get a better view as well. Sorry about that.
No, okay. And while you're doing that,
all right, we're going to try that one more time. So
wait. Okay, I'm just going to ask one more time, or before we go here, Jan, there's a few different mats we have here. A black one, a hero mat, and then another one, a warrior mat. What's the difference between those two?
Yeah, so the hero mat is really durable, super dense. So this one has the thickness of 6 millimeters, and the length is a little bit longer, I believe 72 inches, so longer than your typical mat. Our other mat here is 5 millimeters in thickness, not quite as durable. So this, the hero mat would definitely work in any sense. This mat would be probably more so preferred for yoga or any type of lighter activity. And then this is for hot yoga. And what makes this special as well is that when you are in hot yoga, obviously you're sweating like we are right now. But the wetter that it gets, the more your feet are able to grip it, and the more stability you have. So it's the difference between all of them. And then of course, this is our yoga block that's made out of renewable, eco-friendly cork as well.
Right. Looks like we've got one of the cork blocks here in fact. So there it is. Yep. Yeah, and they are personalized beautifully, Andy. Thank you. Yeah, Angela, what else you got for us? And while you're exercising, or maybe before you get into that yoga, Angela, how often, how many times a week do you recommend somebody getting into a yoga stretch, and how often or how long per day?
Sure. Well, it really does depend on where you live on that spectrum of fitness. So if you're an individual that fitness does play a large part in your life, I definitely recommend that you utilizing yoga or any type of yoga technique as a cross-training apparatus or a cross-training tool. Again, I think it's super important for us to visit all these big extreme ranges that yoga allows us to take us into. And again, yoga usually asks you to hold these positions for a certain amount of time. So it's ensuring that you're spending time under tension. But what I also love about yoga, and to answer your question, again, it's as often as you possibly can find it, okay? Now, what I mean by that is if you can find the time to introduce any type of yoga type movements, Pilates type movements, or even more importantly, mobility type movements. So movements that ask you to move your body in different directions. So Jan and I will take you guys through a little bit of a pigeon pose position, and which, again, can count as a yoga pose or a yoga movement, but also can be utilized as part of your recovery process in order to check on your ranges of motion and check on your ability to move within those ranges. So pigeon pose, we're going to start off with your hands on the ground. You're going to pull one knee to your chest, and then I would love for you to just drop that knee on the center of your body or that midline of your body. And from there, again, depending on your fitness level, you can challenge that stretch and really allow your lower or your upper body to meet your lower body, and holding that for a specific amount of time, anywhere from 12 to about 30 seconds. Again, a traditional yoga class may even ask you to hold that for a full minute, okay? Ideally, if we want to transition this yoga movement into a more mobility check or evaluation, we can go ahead and just drop our hip, that same side hip, down to the ground, tuck that rear leg behind us to where it's forming a 90-degree bend, and then let's go ahead and just focus on sitting upright into that position.
I have hip issues. He just tested me. I do.
yeah. Right. Again, it's a great way. This is one of those movements that's a great way to kind of identify your limitations, to identify what you have to work on in the gym. Okay, so this might be one position that you might want to work on, but then you want to focus on symmetry. So you want to make sure that you can do it on the other side as well. We're going to assume a 90-degree position with that front knee. We're going to go ahead and assume 90-degree bend in that rear knee as well. Again, checking on how that feels, that comfort level at that hip, how well our core can kind of keep us upright. And again, depending on what fitness level you are, for the beginners and intermediate, you can always use the ground to help support your body. But more importantly, we have the mats underneath us. Now, these mats, again, they provide so much comfort. We're in my garage on the concrete floor. I don't feel a thing. It's great.
Yeah, and mine is thicker, so because I've got that. So yeah, it's they work great. They really, really do.
Awesome. It's going great so far, you guys, and this is some really good information. I would imagine with people working hard all the time that even just a yoga exercise 2 or 3 times a week would kind of just really release that stress. Does that sound about right, Jan and Angelo?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I hate to say it, it's almost 95 degrees here in Chicago, but we've got a breeze running through here, and I mean, it feels good. And in only not just moving your body, but just formulating that sweat. And when you do that, and when you're in a hot yoga, when that does occur, right, it gets your body moving and flowing more into each pose. And so I'm definitely feeling that today. So yeah, I don't ever think there's not a time where you can't really stretch enough.
Mechanical stress as well. I think there's a lot of physical therapy protocols out there. A lot of just general therapy protocols that touch multiple times a day. If you are an individual that has unfortunately suffered with some type of sports injury, or just every time visit these ranges of motion to explore what your body's truly capable of and to avoid more injury from occurring. So a great example, again, would be entering something like the pigeon pose. I know individuals that suffer from some type of lower back degeneration or lower back discomfort. This position is normally ask them to do this position in order to relieve some type of lower back stretch. So we start off in that all fours position, and then the idea is to sit your butt back into your heels. Now, this is a perfect time to, again, utilize some of these tools like the yoga block here. If you're an individual that, again, is on the beginner side of that fitness spectrum, you would use this yoga block to prop up your behind, your butt, in order for you to achieve this position more comfortably. You know, again, everybody's going to be working at their own individual level. So that's the reason why sometimes we need some tools like this, like the yoga block, in order to achieve some of those positions.
Yeah, and I don't have a lot of as far as flexibility again in my hip area. So it's sometimes really hard for me to touch the ground. So if I don't have that extension, this enables me to still continue getting that stretch, but yet I've got the block to help me. So there's a lot of great uses for this.
Awesome. And here's that block that we're talking about right here. Let's move that segue into this decoration program, Jan. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're doing here? We got a nice logo here on this one.
Yeah, it's beautiful. When I was on the showroom floor yesterday, I could not believe how well that is lasered into the yoga block. And yeah, so any type of companies that want to purchase our products, there are certain, and I know Kevin has more to share on that with us, but yeah, they're really well done.
Yeah, well, Kevin's actually talking to a customer right now, so I'm having to do this solo, which is fine, but that was a great example of it too. And it looks like we can even do the yoga bags here. And I think that's a good way to segue into what we're giving away today. What we're giving away today, Jan, what are we actually giving away today? What is it?
That would be the variable fitness kits. That's the right.
No, I thought that.
So yeah, we're giving away we're giving away a life. We're giving
Is it this bag that you have, Andy? Yeah, it's
yeah, perfect. So we're giving away one of the Lifeline yoga kits today on our giveaway. So just head over to Incentive Concepts,
right.
incentiveconcepts.com/yoga. That's pretty simple. incentiveconcepts.com/yoga, and you can enter to win one of the Lifeline yoga kits. How many pieces are in that yoga kit, Jan? Do you know offhand?
So you will have a fitness mat in there. You will have the towel.
Awesome, perfect. Well, that'd be a great way for people to get into yoga for sure. We're getting close to our time here, but I want to ask a few more questions of Angelo, if that's okay. Angelo, what are some other easy exercises that you can do with Lifeline type products?
Well, again, if we incorporate the medicine ball, I love it because of the varieties of exercises that you can do. Again, partnered up with one of the yoga mats, you have that comfort. You don't have to worry about much. All you have to worry about is utilizing one of our other tools. Again, in this case, we're using the medicine balls. We do have wall balls, and we do have slam balls. Again, those are 3 different types of balls that medicine ball has a lot of bounce to it. Our slam balls have less bounce, so you really have to work in order to move that guy around. And our wall balls are full of cushioning, so you can really throw that against the wall and whatnot. But one of the great exercises that I like to incorporate with this medicine ball is just a simple abdominal rotation, where I'm just tapping the ball from right to left, leaning back just slightly to ensure that my core is engaged. I can level that up by lifting my heels off the ground. And again, my rear end is nice and cushioned because of the warrior mat. So I appreciate that from Lifeline, taking that into consideration.
And then Andy, also know that you all do carry our resistance, a lot of our resistance kits. So we've got all of our resistance bands, we've got our handles, and so obviously we have a lot of that to offer as well.
Awesome. Well, you guys have been great. 30 minutes really goes fast here when you're moving at a show, when you guys are doing so well, but keep exercising there for the rest of the day, and you probably will be a little thirsty. It's so hot up here in Chicago.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us, Andy. We appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. Angelo, thank you so much. Make sure to check out Angelo on his Instagram channel. I think that's in the chat. Make sure to check out Lifeline Fitness on our website. Make sure to check out that video that we showed at the beginning of the episode right on our homepage too. Feel free to share that with people. We really appreciate the Lifeline team, Jan and Angelo, joining us today. Our next episode is August 11th, and it's called Explore, Learn, and Incentivize. And we're going to do like a really cool showroom showcase from our Incentive Concepts headquarters in St. Louis, looking at a bunch of different name brand merchandise. And the coolest part of the episode is you can come in and enter to win a product for yourself and for somebody else, a coworker or a client, and then you can give that to them kind of as an early holiday gift, because it's never too early to think about the holidays. So make sure to tune into that on August 11th at incentiveconcepts.com/live. Okay, once again, Jan.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right, Jan, thank you so very much again. And Angelo, thank you. Keep working out, everybody. And with that, we are done. Make it a great day. Bye, guys.
Have a great remainder of the show. Bye.